Hi everyone. So today we are going to do the experiment in which we'll be talking about the boiling point of a given organic liquid. Now see, in the last experiment, we discussed about the melting point. We discussed about the melting point because there we were talking about the solid organic compound, right? Because we were talking about the solid organic compound, we were talking about the melting point. And because this time we are talking about the organic compound which is in liquid state, and that is the reason I'll be now talking about the boiling point. Okay, now what is the boiling point here? Now you all know that if let's say I'm heating some liquid in this beaker, so what is the boiling point? So boiling point is that point at which the vapor pressure created over this space, okay, over this liquid, because of this liquid, right? And that pressure because of these liquid created above its surface become equal to the outside pressure is called the boiling point. Okay, so when the external or the atmospheric pressure become equal to the vapor pressure created by this liquid, that is called as the boiling point. I hope it is clear to you all. Now we'll be talking about this experiment. Now what all things will be requiring here? We'll be requiring a beaker again. Then we'll be using the test tubes, thermometer will be required. Again, the capillary tube like the last one, right? A tripod stand will be required, a wire gauge will be required, and an iron stand, right? So these are our requirements. And the chemical required again, okay, I'll write it down for you all. So the chemical that we'll be requiring here is paraffin again. And I think now you all know the reason why we are again using the liquid paraffin here, because of its high boiling point. Water can also be used, but generally we prefer to use liquid paraffin because it is having a higher boiling point. Okay, so this will be required, and obviously your given organic sample, which is in liquid state, right? So now what we have to do is just make sure that you have a iron stand for the clamping. Now you can clamp a thermometer here. Okay, let's say this is your thermometer, and you have placed a stand here with a wire gauge, and obviously, just give me a second. A wire gauge is used with the beaker, and now a thermometer is used. Make sure that the thermometer doesn't touches this bottom part here. Now with this thermometer, we will be using one test tube and just secure it with a rubber band, or you can again tie it with anything, and just place, okay, I'll use a different color now. Place one capillary also in this. So this is the setup which we'll be requiring. Now I'll tell you each and everything. So we have make sure that everything is properly placed in a secure position. Now what all we have used here is, so we have used a capillary here. Now this time we don't have a solid product. So why am I using this capillary? Now see, again, you know that capillary is open from both the ends. Now what we have to do is make sure again that one side is properly secured. Now you have, like last time you were dipping this part on the downer side, right? So that the liquid, like this, like solid product was there in this. So we were dipping this part onto the liquid so that the compound properly comes in position and you can notice the changes in the melting point. This time also the lower part should be the part which is closed. So the capillary tube which you're placing in this container should be closed from the bottom end. So this is the closed end. And why we are using the capillary is used here in this experiment just for the bubbles identification, nothing else. We are not placing any liquid in this. We are not using it to put our liquid organic compound. It is just to tell us about the bubbles when they are formed. Okay, no other function. Now I think you all are clear with the capillary function. Now we're using this test tube. Why we are using the test tube here is because in this test tube we have placed our liquid organic compound. You can use a toluene, you can use any other, because I'm just writing the organic compound because it can be any one of them. Okay, so just place your liquid in this, and to this you have placed the capillary which is closed from the bottom end, because when you will place it in this and you will heat this, so when you're heating from the outside, what is going to happen? The bubbles will start coming from the downer side of this capillary tube. So by that, you can notice the changes and you can guess that this is the point when the bubbles has started to form. Only this is a function of this capillary tube, like I've already told you. And you are using this test tube to place the liquid organic compound which you have to test, right? Now, the other thing which we are using here is the beaker. Now, why are we using the beaker again? This is the actual setup. I'll draw it in a bigger form so that you all can see it. So we are using a beaker because in this we are having this paraffin liquid. Okay, this is having the liquid paraffin in this. Again, a thermometer to check the temperature. Make sure the thermometer is tied properly with the test tube. This is the test tube. And to this you have placed the capillary, right? And this is having a paraffin liquid, and to this you have put your compound which you have to check. So as this compound in this test tube will start getting up heated, the bubble formation can be easily seen here. The bubbles formation can be seen here, and that is how we get to know about the temperature. So we have to take the note of two temperatures. Again, that is T1 and T2. So T1 is a temperature when the bubbles have just started to form, and T2 is a temperature when the bubble formation is too much and it is like about to just stop. So that is a other temperature T2. Okay, so you have to make sure that you know two readings. And now, obviously, again, same mean you have to take. So mean will be T1 plus T2 temperature divided by 2. That is going to give us the average temperature. Okay. So now what you have to make sure is, again, the capillary, it is very, very important that you place a sealed end in this liquid, not the upper end. Okay, the sealed end which is not open, so that the liquid doesn't moves inside it. I hope that's clear to you all. And this is all about this experiment. This is how you can check the boiling point of any given liquid. I hope it is clear. And if you find any doubt in this experiment, you can write it in the chat box so that I can tell you whatever doubts you're having. I'll try to resolve all your doubts. This is it for today. Now we will be meeting some another day with some another great experiment. Till then, take care. Bye-bye, all of you.